Hello, this is Matteo Esposito for In the Loop Media, and I'm here with Anthony Tullo, country rock recording artist and the Bryan Adams of country. How are you today, Anthony?
I'm good, Matteo. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So the first question I always ask is, how do you get into what you're passionate about? So the thing is, you're a musician and you're an actor and you have all these accolades. How did you get into that?
When did I get into it, or how do you get into it?
Well, let's ask the question of both.
Well, I got into it years ago. I was involved in film, and had done a lot of acting roles, and then decided to produce my own film that won the International Award of Excellence, and from that point got the attention of some producers, some music producers, and got the idea of starting to write songs, and it kind of took off from there.
Right.
As far as how you get into something like that, you just, anything you're passionate about, I believe that you should pursue with everything you got in you, as long as you're real serious about it,
And passion is one of the biggest things in the world, I think. If you're, like you said, if you're passionate about something, you should really go for it, I think.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
So I watched your movie, A Secret Cross, which I have right here. I come prepared as always, and it is spectacular.
Thanks.
Go see it. It is on Amazon, I believe, and where else?
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on MGO, you can get it on a few platforms, or you can rent it on these platforms, yeah.
I watched it, and something about mental health came up, Hugo state.
Right.
You mention about that a little bit, and about your mental health journey, if you have any challenges, and how you overcame them.
Well, I have no challenges with any mental challenges of any sort, but when I was doing the film A Secret Cross, I had to, there was a character in the movie that without giving it away, was struggling with his memory and not understanding what he was seeing, why he was seeing it, and such. And we had to come up with a reason as to why this was happening. So Fugo State, I educated myself on Fugo State, and it matched what the character was going through. So that's how that sort of particular mental illness came to be part of that film.
Yes, and I also was listening to one of your older albums, Switching Tracks, which you recorded in Nashville.
Yes.
And which sounds great.
Thanks.
And there was a song called Borderline on there, and it was about borderline personality. Please tell us about that.
Borderline personality is people that see life in black and white. There's no gray area. The majority of us are able to see gray areas and be able to control our decisions, opinions on things within that gray area. But when you only see black and white, it's almost like a bipolar thing,
Right.
You only see a certain small part of what is really real, and that's what border personality is about. It's a very hard thing for even therapists to diagnose and deal with.
Very powerful stuff. Also, I want to talk about a little bit of MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. I was looking that up as well. You're a fighter.
Well,
Or not a fighter per se, but you used to be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist. Please tell us about that.
I'm not a fighter, that's for sure, but I'm a grappler. I was a grappler. I'd studied with, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best in Canada, Jeff Joslin, who has a school in Hamilton, and I studied with him for several years. In fact, I was at times teaching for him. I had to stop because of injuries, but it was a great experience. I love the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's extremely effective, dangerous, but I'm not an MMA fighter. I've never been in a cage, and the guys that get in a cage they're pretty lethal. They've got a lot of guts, I'll tell you. That's not easy to do.
Absolutely. And with a career in the performing arts, you certainly have a lot of guts and a lot of passion for what you do. Was there any challenges in pursuing your career as a performing arts artist?
The most challenging thing I've ever done. has been in this career. It's much more difficult than anyone could ever imagine. I talk about this all the time. It's the kind of business where even if you're an extremely talented individual and you don't have the money and you don't have the connections, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to pursue the business at the highest of levels. You may be able to make a career of it, but if you're like me, trying to get right to the top, and I've been fortunate enough to be nominated and have had some pretty big accolades, but it's cost a lot of time, effort, money, and an incredible amount of perseverance beyond what you could ever imagine.
Now let's talk about some of those accolades. I hear they're very, like Dave Woods, who, and Canada's music, raved about your music. But there was one in particular, the Bryan Adams of Country. Tell us about the Bryan Adams of Country, which is yourself. Tell us about that quote.
Well, somebody from the CCMA had quoted and heard my stuff and had called me the Bryan Adams of Country. It actually got taken back because they're not allowed to do that. That shows favoritism. So I will say that the media has mentioned that a lot with me, not the CCMAs. The media has mentioned it. The craziest thing is I got a tweet and a like from Bryan Adams himself. I was nominated top 5, and crazy story, a fan of mine put out the fact that I was and put out the fact that I sound like him, and I guess she sent it out to him, and he replied with a heart and a like, which I then put on social media. That he's my hero, so that was a bit shocking.
Absolutely. If you were to pick one artist to sing with, who would it be?
Take a guess. Who do you think?
Bryan Adams.
Yes.
He's great. His song repertoire is great. There's a lot of artists that have come before us, or even now, like Bruno Mars comes to mind, and he's good. He has a good repertoire of songs today. But tell us about your influences in your music.
Well, first of all, Bruno Mars is not good. He's great. He's phenomenal.
Right.
He's a phenomenal artist. And yes, there's been a lot of artists that I've grown up with, that have been big influences on me. Just some of the greats: Tom Petty, Bon Jovi, Bryan Adams, some of the retro Duran, some of the greats out of the '80s, and then you've got the classic Johnny Cash from country, and you got some R&B like Eminem, who's just as powerful in a different way, that has been more modern. But I would say that sometimes people have forgotten the craft of just writing great songs sometimes.
Yeah.
I think they've got to go back to that, because that's ultimately what it's all about, is the song,
Yeah. What is the secret to writing a good song, do you think?
That's a good question. I think that, I get asked this a lot in media, about writing songs. And, I remember my manager telling me, I don't give a damn what he told me, but I remember him telling me, my ex-manager, about telling me, don't say that, or I tell the truth. The truth is, to be a great songwriter, it's innate. You're born with that. You cannot create a great songwriter. You can you can learn how to, put up breaks and operate a camera, but you can't teach somebody how to write great music. So I think I was blessed. I was really blessed to have that ability, and that's the best answer I can give you with that.
And
sorry about using the word damn. I don't know if I'm allowed to. But.
That's okay. That's okay. We appreciate the honesty that you as an artist give us. Another thing is, if there was a person that would come up to you right now, and you were to give them words of advice, and you would want to, and they would want to be one day, what advice would you give them?
I would say, how big is your bank account? And then I would say, are you willing to sacrifice 20 years of your life? And then I would say, are you not good, but extremely good? And if they said yes to all of the above, I'd say, then just pursue it with everything in you.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best.
And that's the thing. A lot of people say that they're good singers or good actors and everything when they, let's be honest, when they aren't. Can you testify to that?
Well, take a look at him. America's
Got Talent.
American Idol, or Not so much The Voice, because The Voice you have to audition to be able to
Right.
get on The Voice.
Right,
But you take a
exactly.
look at some of these other shows, and yeah, there's people that feel they're very, very good, and like, it's a lot of delusional people. There's people that feel they're great looking, and they're, you know, maybe they're not so much so. There's people that are you know, that people that have a great heart, that are beautiful people inside, who deserve a lot of credit and don't get the credit they should get. So there's variables everywhere, Matteo.
Absolutely, absolutely. One last question. Any concerts coming up? We really want to know. Tell the viewers at home, where are you going to play next? I hear that you are playing a couple gigs, so please let them know where they can find your music and everything, because, like I said, your music is fantastic and you have a very slick track.
I'll be playing here in my backyard, right here in the shed. Put my drummer in the shed. No, no. I'll get serious here. I'll get serious. Yeah, there's a lot of big shows coming. I'm headlining in Milton at the. I'm hitting the CHP stage, Canadian Heritage Park in Milton, where they actually. You're transported into the 1800s. They have equipment from the 1800s, the Ford plant from the 1800s, the real, actual stuff. It's like a museum festival, and I'll be headlining there. I'll be down here at Palermo's Pub. I'm doing a guest spot there, and then I'll be at Le Dome Hall October 5th, where I'll be doing a show there, and hopefully we've got Dylan Burke opening up for me, and all kinds of things coming up. So,
How can people find you on the web or anywhere?
well, there's my website, anthonytullo.ca, and then they can go on to, for example, Spotify. You just go on Spotify and put in my name, punch in my name. It'll bring up my albums, and you can check out my latest single, Shotgun Ready. You can check out some of the other songs that are doing very, very well, Gasoline, and some of the other songs. You can also go on Anthony Tullo Music on Facebook. You can hit my Instagram. All these links that you probably see below me right here, you can actually click on them, and they will take you to where you need to be.
Anthony, once again, thank you for chatting with us.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.